Yes, in access driver module, what will you do, Faiz? Where is this Inayatullah? Once check, Sudhir.
Okay, sir.
Inayatullah and SM office Ayan. Arshad Ahmad, once check Abdul Hafiz once again.
Okay.
Yes, Faiz, in access driver module, what will we do?
Yeah, I did that. Done that.
Faiz, are you there or not?
Especially, I'm here. Just a minute.
Okay.
Someone has come. Just a minute.
Okay. Can I give chance to Arshad Ahmed? Or will you take it? So anyway, I will cover, then wait. So we can see here, I here add DCA to inventory ordering module. So add DCA to inventory ordering module means what will you do? So what are the dimensions we have in inventory module? So we can see same dimensions we should create in, you can see inventory add. So in inventory ordering module, what are the dimensions we have? P3 SKU and time in weeks. Is it clear? So same dimensions we should create in access driver module. P3 SKU list and time in weeks. So by creating access driver module with the same dimensions, whatever we want to control in the target module. So we should create in access driver module, where we should create the different boolean line item formats, boolean formatted line items, where we'll create the boolean formatted line items, and then we apply some logic to these line items, read and write line items, and these access driver line items will apply to the target line items where we control. So this is the way we can use the access driver module. So like DCA we can use by using the creating the access driver module, and in access driver module we create boolean formatted line items, and by using the boolean formatted line items we apply this DCA line items to the target line items where we want to control the line items. This is the procedure. We should explain all these things. So first of all, I am creating here access driver module. So simply we can't explain without explaining all this, including all these things. So we should include all these things. Then only what happened, it makes sense. You can see here. So I am adding access driver module under the access driver modules. Does Naveen is join? Naveen is there. SM office is there. Ayan is there. Durga is there. Inayatullah is missing, I think.
Not respond.
Okay, fine.
He
So
joined till now. Second time he missed.
yes. So I am adding this inventory new module, access driver module. So what are the dimensions I have taken in inventory ordering module? Same dimensions I should take P3 SKU and time. Line item should be boolean formatted line item we should take in access driver module. You can say submit purchase order request write. Submit purchase order request write line item we should create here.
Sir, here how can we understand? Do we need to set in pages? How can we understand by seeing this scenario?
Which
In
scenario?
dimensions, in dimension it is showing now P3 SKU is simply dragged there now. How can we understand? We have to keep it that in pages only like that.
You can see basically line item should be there in rows, time should be there in columns, and third dimension whatever the dimensions will take that will be there in the column only, like pages only. That is a no, you don't have any other option. Okay, so and late this is the default view. Even later if you want, on the base of requirement, if I have one line item, if I have so many P3 SKU product, in that scenario what I do, simply I will select this line items in pages and I bring this P3 SKU in the rows. What is our main intention? So our data should be look clearly, so that is the main intention. So this is the default view. Rows should be in line items should be there in rows. In columns we should have times, and whatever the extra dimension you have, you should have in pages. So this is the default view. Later on the base of requirement we can change whatever we want. That is not an issue. Is it clear?
Yeah. Yes.
So did you complete that scenario? Whatever I have told you?
No, we are facing some issue. Time is not taking. When we are selecting that time, it is not taking.
Why
No, actually, Asibai, this the formula which you have taken, item, then time, then minus 12, right? When we are taking the time is not coming actually there.
Then you didn't change format.
Format,
Which
yeah, I saw that format. What was the format? It was blur in the video.
you couldn't find that format. You should take time period format.
Ah, yes, yeah,
Did you keep number format?
number format only there.
Number
That's why
format,
it's
how
not
can you
coming.
keep? Time period we should take.
Hmm.
Time period if you take, you will in number format, how
I
will
thought,
get time?
yes, I thought
Time
about.
period we
We
should
are
take.
we are about to change, and you have like joined with us and you started the
Okay,
class.
fine. Now later you can complete that activity. So no
Sure,
issues.
sure.
So you can see boolean formatted 3 line items I have created. So after creating this boolean 3 line items in the access driver module, so then we need to create some formulas like create logics. So what is the when should be submit purchase order should be right, when should be override amount should be right, editable, write nothing but editable, read nothing but only you can read the data, view the data, you can't edit. That is the difference between the read and write access. Is it clear what is the difference between the read and write access? Yes, are you
Yeah,
clear?
read means we can only view the data. Write means we can edit the data.
Yes, if you don't have read and write access, you can't view any data. So that is the next level. None, if you have none, you can't even view the data. In DCA we have 3 options basically: read, write and none. If you keep read, you can view the data. If you keep write access, then you can edit the data. If you keep none option, then so in that scenario you can't view even data as well. So these are the 3 options we have. Anyway, like we need to create submit purchase order request, we need to create here, we need to create the logic. So what is the access driver for the submit purchase order request? When should we edit submit purchase order request. So here we have some logics here. Add, read and write access drivers to the inventory 01 inventory ordering module to set up dynamic cell access to perform as shown in the example below. Week 1 and 2 blue highlight. You can see week 1 and 2 is the blue highlighted. You can see here. So what is our main target here? Week 1 shows the result when the submit purchase order request is a not checked. So you can see week 1 they don't want to select, and week 2 they want to select here submit purchase order request. So then week 2 shows the result when the submit purchase order request is checked. However, in the example is nothing is the readable. So here you can see we can check here in the week 2 to editable. So what is our formula here? So when week 3 is a purple highlight, week 3 shows the result when override suggest order amount. So here week 3 override suggest order amount, you can see here. So this is a third option, and when fourth option is the green highlight, week 4 shows the result when override shipping method is checked. So you can see whenever you check here, you should get the option here. Here also same thing. Whenever if you check here, you should get the access. Whenever if you check here, you should get the access here, editable access, override amount access. That is the logic we want to create. So this is a basically like we don't have much logic here. Just we need to select here, select option. So override like submit purchase order request, we need to select here. So we don't have any editable option here, submit purchase order request. In week 1 you can see. So it shows the result when the submit purchase order request is not checked, and week 2 shows the result when the submit purchase order request is checked. However, in the example is nothing is the writable. So nothing is the writable. We have only just we need to check here in week in submit purchase order request. We need to create some logics to here. So what is the logic? We can see here. So when creating the override shipping right. So what is override shipping right? Override shipping right here. So this is the override shipping right. Shipping amount we want to override. Whatever the basic value we have, we want to override. For example, override amount you can see. So if I want to override anything, so what should we do? When creating the override shipping right, override amount line item, override amount line item right. So for this override this one and this one, whenever if you are creating the logic, line items in the add inventory 02 inventory ordering module override the module makes the sure those booleans formatted line items are structured so that if the end user decided not to place the order, all relevant field will return to hidden as in the week 1 example above. How means? So you can see here, if you don't select here, are you able to see anything here? Any option? Week 1 we didn't select anything. Could we see here anything? Here anything are you able to see? Yes? Are you able to see anything? Yes, are you there? Everyone or not?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
If you don't select here, submit purchase order request, do you have any option here? We don't have any option. Here you can see here total blank. So you can't do anything here. Whenever if you do override here you can see, then you are getting option whether should you should we select or not. Here also you are getting some option. So here also if you select here, then you are getting option. We selected here, so then they are getting editable option here. So this logic we need to create here. So override amount line item right. So override line item is true checked when submit purchase order request and override suggested order amount are the true. So we need to create the override amount. You can see this is the override amount. For this one we need to create the logic. So what is our logic? We can see when submit purchase order request should be checked, then only we should get the access. So this is we have like access driver module 2 formula. Here we can see here 2 access driver 2. So we can see here you have like so simply you can see here we have like override amount. So for submit purchase order request, what we are doing, so submit purchase order request, simply we are selecting like inventory ordering purchase order. Whenever inventory ordering submit purchase order request is true, then only it should be true. But they are not giving that formula here. So only they are giving override amount, and this for 2 line item they are giving. We'll check by implementing this one 2 formulas. Later we'll check how these are works. So you can see override amount. So override amount, when should be override should be turn on. So you can see if inventory ordering submit purchase order request and inventory ordering override suggested order amount, then true, else false. What are the true two condition we need? Yes, when should be it should be true? What are the 2 conditions? You can see inventory ordering submit purchase order request should be true, and inventory ordering override suggested order amount should be true, then only true, otherwise false. So you can see here what is the condition you are writing for this one override amount line item. So leave this one, will create for first of all this one logic. So if I write formula here, so what is my condition when it should be true? If inventory ordering module, what are the 2 line items should be true in inventory ordering module? Submit purchase order request and then which override override suggested order amount. These both should be true, then true, else false. Is it correct? So you can see here,
Yes.
this is, so these 2 should be true, override submit purchase order request and this, then only we can editable, otherwise we can't editable. You can see here if I apply this one, so override amount line item is fine, we have given formula. So whenever how it works we'll check. And override shipping method, for override shipping method, what is our condition? What should be our condition when it should be true? That is also almost same. Override shipping method, when override shipping method should be true, you can see submit purchase order request should be true and override shipping method should be true, otherwise false. These are the 2 conditions, same conditions. If you don't do request, should you get true or false? If you don't do any submit purchase order request, yes,
false.
false, we should get the false. What are the 2 conditions? Submit purchase order request should be true,
And override suggested order amount should be true.
override suggest order amount, not suggest order amount, this is override method. Override method we should take. Override shipping method, so here already we have done this one. We are now checking for writing for the formula override method, override shipping method, you can see, then true, else
False.
false. So you can see here how it works. Give me 1 minute. So by writing these 2 formulas, what happened, we can see how this will affects. We have written formula for this one, these 2 line items, and when you can see when creating the override shipping right and override amount line item, in inventory 02 module, override module, make sure boolean formatted line items are structured so that if end user decide not to place the order, all relevant fields will return to hidden as in the week 1 example. So this is the thing. So how it works we can check here. How we need to set up this one. So like we need to apply this submit purchase access driver module, submit purchase order access driver for the submit purchase order request. So you can see by applying this, what should we do after creating the logic? What should we do? Yes, what should we do?
We'll need to provide access drivers.
So these line items we should create the insert into on the target module. So we need to check here, like with these line items we need to check, we need to provide, this is the our access driver module, this is our target module, inventory 01. So here what will you do in inventory ordering module? Simply we should give the like we should provide the in target module here. So what is our override method? This one we should give the access driver, read write access driver. So what is our override method? You can see here, for override method first we will give override access driver for the override amount. You can see. So what are the line items we have created? All boolean line items you can see here. You can see override amount. So add 0 to inventory ordering override amount. For override amount we should give access here, and here you can see override method. So for override method also we should give the what is override method. You can see. So override shipping method is there. So this one we should give. So by providing this one, what happens we can check here. We need to set up according to their requirement. So we need to set up according to their requirement. So what is our condition? Yes, whenever if you select submit purchase order request, whenever if you select this submit purchase order request, what should be happen? Yes, you can see here, this whenever these two are true, submit purchase order request and override amount, then what should happen? We should be editable. It should be editable. You can see here, something I should edit in override amount. If I don't select anything, what happened? We should not get anything. So you can see, if I don't select, if I select only one thing, can I do edit here? If I select only this one, can I edit? What is my condition I have given in access driver module? For override amount, if I want to change anything, what is the condition I have given? What is the condition I have given there? Are you able to see this formula? For override amount, what is the formula we have given? Yes?
Yes.
Only edit option.
Edit option, okay, but when it should be editable? Submit
For both
purchase order
inventory,
request.
submit purchase order and override suggested order amount. If it is true, then
Override suggested order amount. So over these two line items, already we have seen here in these two line items. If these two line items are true, then only it should be editable. Submit purchase order request and override suggested order amount, then I can editable here. If I don't select anything, anyone, I can't do. You can see blue color text, you can see here. You can see here. So in this way, whenever if you select these two only, it should be get editable. This is our main condition. So by using the DC dynamic cell access, by creating the access driver module, whenever if I enable this submit purchase order request and override suggested order amount true, then what happening? We are getting the we can edit here. So this is for override amount. So override shipping method, when it should be true? What is the condition we have given override shipping method? When it should be true, override shipping method. When I can override, I can change the override shipping method. When I can change the shipping method, submit purchase order request and override shipping method both should be true. Then it true, otherwise it false. You can see here, if I do here, you can see this submit purchase order request and here override shipping method are true. Then I can edit here. I can change whatever the transportation method. So can I change here in this column? Can I change anything? Shipping method? Yes.
No.
If I select here, what happened?
Can add.
So I have given formula in submit purchase order request and override shipping method should be true. Then I can do the override. I can change the shipping method. Override method means I can change the shipping method on the basis of requirement. I have road here. I can change air here. Here also same. If I select here, then only it could be editable. Otherwise, we can't edit anything. If I remove this one, any one, can I edit here? How these functionalities are working? How these functionalities are working?
Because of access drivers.
Because of access drivers. In access driver, whatever the formula we have given, so according to that formula, what happening? We can access here. Nothing is there. So that is the reason we can access all these things. Otherwise, could we do anything here? If I don't use formulas in access driver module? Yes?
No.
So that is the reason. So you can see if I change, this is the like advantage of DCA. So how it works means on the base of access driver modules, whatever the logics we have create in access driver module line items, on the base of that only we should access the target line items, this override shipping method or override amount, whatever it, on the base of these two line items only we can select. By selecting these two things we can change the anything. If you don't select this one, we can't do anything. So this is a method. How DCA will works means, like we should create the access driver module. In access driver module we should create the boolean formatted line items, and after creating the boolean formatted line item we should create some logics in the boolean formatted line items. That boolean formatted line item we should apply in the target line items where we want to control target line items here by enabling the blueprint view. So we should provide this we should provide the access drivers for these line items. So that what happened? So simply we can enable, we can access. So even we have some formula to this submit purchase order request as well. So we can give this one as well. So what is the formula for this submit purchase order request means? Whenever inventory ordering submit purchase order request true, then only it should be true. You can see simply. So simply what we are doing, so whenever I did enable here inventory ordering module, then only it should be true. So here you can see we have done, whenever if you enable this one in access driver module also you will get the true. So that is the thing. If I do refresh, you will get then we need to apply this boolean formatted whatever we have created logic, we need to apply in the access driver module. We should apply here, add submit purchase order request. So by doing this one, you can see, so whenever if you enable, you can see that weeks only you can see. So other than that weeks we can't see anything here. In this way we can apply. So on the base of requirement So this is the way how we can control target module by using the access driver module. Is it clear how we are doing this one? Yes.
Yes.
Sudhir, how we are controlling the target module? What are the steps we are following? Yes.
Asiba, in access driver 02, can you open it once? Okay, here we are creating the lines which we want to control, right?
Yes.
And we are giving the formula by selecting the different line items from the different modules.
That is logic, we should say. We are selecting
Logic.
some line item, means we are creating some logics in the access driver module. According to that logic, our model, our target module should work according to that logic. So that is it clear how we can do this one? Yes. How we can control these things? Are you able to understand?
Yes.
So these are the way we like access driver module and DCA will work. Each and every interviewer they will ask how many dimensions you can control by using the access driver module. So how many dimensions can we control? Can you explain, Arshad Ahmed? In access by using the DCA, how many dimensions we can control? Only one dimension can you control, or more than one dimension?
Multiple dimensions we can control.
Multiple dimensions you can control. Already we are controlling across the product P3 SKU and time. So whatever the dimensions we have in target, if I want to control all the dimensions, we should create the access driver module, and in that access driver module we should create the logics according to our requirement. Then what happened? Simply, so we can select on the base of requirement, and we can access the module, so whatever the we want. So this way we can control and we can edit the data, this target line item, on the base of our access driver module. So this is the
This
way.
one, here after coming into the target module like inventory 01, in the blueprint view we have to select that access driver 02. Then we can able to use that logic here, right?
Yes, exactly. This way it will works. So anyway, try to implement these things in our model. So that is the reason I am asking everyone to complete as soon as possible all these activities. So that is the thing. So we have completed this add DCA to inventory ordering module. Then we have other activities like create some saved views here. So to create the saved views, we need to create saved views here. So for new UX pages purpose, so here in open system 0 time setting module, add some line item, and saved views we have, and after that we'll prepare new UX pages in next activity. We have UX pages. After saved views we have new UX pages. So anyway, we'll continue this activities tomorrow. So once show what you are trying to do and where you have structured, I want to see. Yes.